Okay guys, we have made it to the stage where we're going to be polishing, and this is where we bring our animation up a notch. So you will see how we start tracking arcs and refining and adding keys, going through each frame. Then we'll be doing the extras, which is a little band and also the little belt and all these little things that add a bit more character and believability to your character. Alright, so without further ado, let's dive in and check this out. Alright guys, we are going to polish this tonight and let's start. Let's check this out now. In the next stage, we've got our splining happening, it's feeling good, the hips are moving well. Okay, now we're going to make it a bit more organic. We're going to start adding some offsets to the arms and a little bit more detail on the legs, hands, everything. We'll just touch it up a bit more, and these little bits here we can see. So this is the polishing phase, so we're taking it up a little bit more. So if I make this a bit bigger, or I'll leave it a bit smaller so you can see. All right, so we got the controls up here, and let's start. Okay, let's start with. What should we start with? I was going to tell you how to cycle, but I'll do that at the end. It might be better if we do it at the start. Okay, so what we'll do, as you can see in video games, I'm going to be talking a lot about this in the next video, which is on tangents and stuff, or it might be previous video, but I think it's going to be in the next one. Yeah, I'm sort of putting in order at the moment, thinking about it. But in game, you want the character to run on the spot because code works like that. You can animate it forward like this. This is fine, but then you want to put it on the spot. Now, how do you do that? Okay, a little trick that I've learned at work. And what you do is you can either animate it on the spot, or you can animate it forward like this and then bring it back to the spot, which we're going to do. So how do we do that? What we do, we go to the end pose and we select the root. And in the root, we look at the Z translation. Now, what does the Z translation say? It says 150. So what we do, we just copy this. Whatever the value is, you copy it. Now, what you do now, you get the root. Check out the Z on root. Press a key at the start of the root. Delete the end key. So we just got a key at the start of the root. That's what we want. Now what we want to do, we want to select the feet there and the top, right? So let's see here. Let's see. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to select, so it's moving forward, right? All we have to do is select the root. You can see the root here. You want to just copy this, copy, and then go to, sorry, that's the center of gravity, sorry, not the root. Now we want to select the root, make sure there's a key at the start, no other keys there, and just edit, paste. That's it. And then if you do infinity forever, it'll just keep on running forever. We'll leave it on for now, but we don't have to do that. Now, if you watch this, it's running on the spot. See? What I'll just take that post infinity off. We'll do it constant. See how it keeps it constant like that. So it's running on the spot. So that's how you get in this one. Okay, so now we can do from here, we'll start cleaning up the curves and we'll start doing more refining. So we've got that sorted out. It's on the spot. If you ever want to mute that, all you do, you come here and go to Z and go to mute selected, and then it will go forward. Okay, but we want to unmute. unmute that. Okay, so let's check this out. So we want to, first thing I do is I will select the hips, and then what I do is, if you come here, you see these two signs there, cycle, cycle. When it's running, you'll see there's a bit of a jerk, bit of a pause, ease at the end, bit of an ease there, then it comes down. So what you want to do, this is so important in video games, and this is what the next video is going to explain, why the importance of matching tangents. But I guess I mentioned it here, so I may not do that video if you can see it on here, but I might do it just to remind. But what we do is, you just literally, you're matching these tangents, because if you don't, what happens is there'll be like an ease in, and then when it comes back to the cycle again, it eases in. So you'll always see this kind of slow run, fast, slow run. There'll be that little bit of something isn't right in the cycle, and it's because of these tangents. Always match the tangents up, always, when you're doing cycles, because it will give a smooth cycle. It makes a lot of difference. So that's fine. And then also we want to put a cycle on here too. Again, you see here, we're just doing, so if you look at this, actually let me just put it in. Just want to show you the importance though. Look, it's so important to just match these, because it's going to make all the difference. Just have it like that, matching. And you want to go through rotations and no rotations on it, so that's fine. So I'll just go through each one and just make sure everything's cycling okay. Now this will be fine, because look, see, everything's flowing fine. Even this one, if we go here, just cycle everything, that's fine. You can see nothing wrong there, that's fine too. There's no ease, it's easing in nicely. Top one, that's fine. The head, yeah, the head, we can just delete this. Keep the head linear if you want, because then at least it's staying straight. That's fine as well. Bring it a bit down. We can change the value of this. Copy that here so it's equal value. Nope, that doesn't work. We want to paste it, but get rid of the minus. That's better. So it's looking straight there. Okay. So that's looking all right. That's fine. These are fine for the head. No problem. Torso's fine. Hips are fine. So that's all cycling nicely. So we can check that out. See how that's working. Yeah, that's working better. The body. Need to work on the legs now, and the arms we'll do at the end. So let's go to the legs. So let's check out the legs here. So let's put this on cycle. And we can see there, right? There's a bit of a jerk there. So we want to just smooth these out. Just so it's flowing. This is obviously moving forward, so we don't have to worry about that. That's going in Z direction forward. These we haven't touched really. Stretchy is the only one. That's fine. And we'll go into this one. See how this cycles. That's fine. Yeah, we can just flatten this. Yeah, flatten that. Oh, the values are different. So if you look at this digit here. When I still select that, it's different, right? Isn't it? So we want to copy this over to this. So it's all flat, because that's when the foot's on the floor. Even here. Could move it down, but we can tweak these later. That's not a problem. Okay. So we've got all that happening. That's cool. And now we'll just go one by one. So let's go into this. Cycle this. And then we just flatten this. Don't know why does it translate on this. Let's see. Wait. Oh, that shouldn't have a translate, should it? I don't think that should have a translate. That's the one with the translate. Yeah. Is it on here? No, it's not. Yeah, that should never translate. Okay, I don't know how that got on there, but it sneaked in somehow. And forward translate. How is this happening? This is not right. This is not right. Something going on. This should be all 0. Yeah. This should be translated. So we'll just sort that out. You'll get stuff like this. Just move it back. This is what I call the cleaning up phase, right? So we don't want no translations on that. I don't know how that happened, but that's fine. Okay, so all of these don't have it. So the cycle here is fine. It's exactly what we want. We want instant down, and then yeah, that's fine. These are fine. So let's go to the next control, which is the heel. There should be no other controls. Yes, just that one. So let's cycle this. That tangent feels all right. Okay, so let's see what's happening there. We flatten this. So what I'm doing is I'm using Alt F, which is, I'll put the shortcuts on in the start of the video so you know. But basically I'm just flattening these keys. I'm just trying to see if I flatten this. See, when they turn like this, I'm pressing Alt F. I'm doing flat. Okay, so let's see. Let's check this out. Okay. That's fine. We can leave that how it is. We can actually even delete. If we delete that and just have it like this. What we want to do with this, we want to have it up. Oh, but not with that. We want to have it up with this. Yeah, we want it to go up, 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 and then in, right? Then come in. Yeah, we want that push, man. That's what we want. Before it was like too light. And let's check the other leg out. We want this one out as well, man. We want it to be, oh, coming in. Yeah, then it comes out. Yeah, it's a bit of a hold there at the end, so let's set that out. This one, so we want this contact. Okay, so we should have this contact up higher as well. Alright, so what we'll do, we'll go to the Z here at the end, 150. And then what we'll do, this little trick. So I'm changing this position. And when I middle click to 16, is pushing it back because I've made it animate forward. Now to bring that back, all you do is you go to the end and you go here and you just type in, this formula just works. If you type in plus equals and you paste the value of the hips, which is 150, onto it, it just brings it back to that position, same position. So we've got that. There's a little pause there, you see that? So let's see. I'll bring it in. Okay, so let's check the tangents out on this. Hey, you see, that's why it's happening. Look at that. We flatten this out. There's a little bit of that happening there, so I noticed. Everything else is fine. So if we look now, it should, yeah, it's flowing a bit better there. Still a bit of a pause, but we'll sort that out. Okay, so we've got that working. Then we'll go to the, let's check that out, the toes. Yeah, let's check this out. This matching is fine, so that's fine. It's fine on here too. Let's just cycle this. Okay, that's fine. Let's see what happens if we right. So we need that. Let's put that rotation back in. Yeah, let's get that in. Okay, so this is what we're doing, just going back and forth. And then what you can start doing is, now you can go frame by frame. So you've got all that working. Now, if you get the foot, you can be like, all right, let me see each frame now. So it comes up. And then we can visualize editable motion trail. Check this out. Okay, you see that? Now you can just smooth out the curves. However you want. That's the power, that's the beauty of this. It's so powerful. And this is all flat. Then you can push off a bit more. Some more if you want. Some more. Then it comes back here. So you're getting a nice kind of curve. That's what you're looking for. Remember not to mess up the pose you've got as well. So if you play it now, it's a lot more of a curve happening. and it's more flowing now, isn't it? This is what you do right at the end, polishing. This is what the arcs, the power of the arcs. So if we come back here, we come here, we can add another arc in here just to make it more fluent. And even here you could have it, instead of going up, it could come down. So you've got nice arcs. So that's one arc done. So what we'll do, we can go into the outline and delete that. I always delete it, because when you don't delete it and you work on the other one, it starts delaying Maya, and you don't want that. You don't want that. I can't have that. I can't have that. You know, I don't want you to suffer. That's why I'm telling you this. That's how we do. Okay. So what we'll do now, we'll do the same thing here. Visualize, create editable. Well, this one's actually all right. I thought this was a bit more smoother. But hey, let's go and polish this anyway, yeah? So all we're doing is we're just looking to create. You can stretch it here too. That's fine, you know, stretch it. That's fine too. Getting a curve in there. Actually, we'll leave that one a bit bent. We don't want that too. So that's nice. That is coming back. And we go here, which is fine. And then here. You can have this light. That's fine. We can bring this down. So we're getting an arc. Down here. Again, we'll go down here to create the nice arc. Come up. And then contact. There. So now we'll just delete that motion trail. And if you look now, yeah, you're getting more of that run organic feeling now, isn't it, in the feet. And then we'll check out the toes. We'll do the toes. So if we go back to the toes, and then what you can do, you can go, what you're doing here, you're just going back. So you could be like, all right, maybe the start was a bit like that. Comes in. Oh, still comes in and then goes back. We could try that. See if that works. So it's kind of this flow. Go in here, you can rotate it like this. And you just checking. Maybe have it straight here and then it comes back. Yeah, so you've got that little bit of a I think it goes forward a bit more and then here we can let it drag a bit as it comes up. Drag here as it comes up. There, you're feeling that a bit. Okay, so you've got that. So that's fine. And we can do it in the other toe too. So copy paste that. When I move this, all I'm doing is at the start frame, I'm just keying it, middle click, move it to 16, and then press S, middle click and drag it to 16. So whenever you're copying and pasting, you just middle click. But I'll do a video on that, separate video on that. Okay, so we'll just sort these. We'll sort these toes out. Let's have this back like that. Forward. So we're just going straight ahead now. This is all we're doing, straight ahead animation. Straight ahead is like you're just going through the timeline and just seeing where so that's down, so we want that to be 0. Oops, not that one. This toe here, sorry, I'm looking at this toe. We want that to hit because the heel came first. Oh no, we don't. The heel came first, then the toe. That's right. So we had it all right. Okay, we've got that working. Feet all seem fine now, so we won't touch those. So now we'll move on to the arms, right? So if we look at the arms, what we're going to do here is just simple because we've got this moving and the hands are keyed, everything's keyed, right? Okay, so what we'll do, we'll select all the top. We can select like this half. Actually, you know what? Let's just go and select the shoulders. Shift select everything. Like that. And then just do cycle, cycle, cycle. So these are cycling, right? Now, let's do this for now. We'll leave the shoulders are moving, right? Yeah. So what we'll do the upper arm and literally select everything. Press T for translate. Hold your shift button down and the middle mouse button, press it and move it 1 frame forward. And then get the forearm, select it. Just press A in the graphic so it's all framed. Select everything. Same thing again, shift, middle button. The reason you do shift middle button is it will click when it goes sideways, so you know it's like snapping. So we moved that too, and the hand is the same. Select everything, shift, middle mouse button, move horizontally 1, 2, 3, right? Now you see there's a bit of delay there. So if we look now at the arm, there's a bit of a delay there now. See, in the hand, it's kind of going like that. Well, it's kind of going like that. See, it's the wave effect, they call it. That's coming in. That's what we're looking for. Now, if you want it a bit more in the hand, all you do is you've got the hand selected there. So I'll bring it back. Remember, you want to bring it back, just go to show curves. I just got shortcuts here, which I'll show you about. Okay, so now what you want to do, you want to select the hand. And you might want to offset it a bit more if you don't think it's too much. If you've got one more, you can see it moving there. Do another one. You can do it another one, so 6. So let's have a look now. Okay, it's not working as much. So we'll just bring it back 1, 2. Let's see now. And then what you can do here is you can just start playing around. So if you look at the start pose, this key here. So let's see, let's select both of these. These are the end keys that we've moved. Right, so we can select everything and be like, all right, look at that. We want the hand to go back a bit more. So we just move it like that, everything down. And then maybe when it comes back, we want it to be a bit higher. Yeah, so there's a bit more of a drag there, see? And then you might want to move it a bit more up. See how that? There, see? There's a bit more organic, you see? And then, you know, the forearm, you might want to go in and get the forearm and be like, all right, you know what? Let's go in here. Let's select all of these. Okay, and let's move it one more. And then you might want to do the same thing. You go, all right, let me stop this playback. And I'll be like, okay, how is this? Oh, we want this to be back more. So we go, all right, let's put the arm back a bit more. But then maybe we want to make this go forward a bit more. So then you just play there. You just play around like that. You're getting more of that organic feel, right? Coming through. And then what you do is the same. So it's loosening up. It loosens up everything. And the same we'll do on the other side. So we'll go to the other side. We'll do the same. Everything's cycled, so we know that. So what we'll do, we'll come in here, same thing. We'll get all of them, move it one, just to start off with. And then we get the forearm, move it to 1, 2. You'll know because of the clicks. Get the hand, move it 1, 2, 3. Have a look. You'll be like, how does that look? Doesn't look as organic. So what we'll do, we'll go, all right, why don't we get their hand? Same thing we did last time. How does it look? It's meant to be going in more, so we can get this and go, all right, we need to move it up. So move it up, it's going in more. But on the way back down, on the way back down, we might want it to flop more, so we bring this down. So let's have a look now. Yeah, there's a bit more of a flop there. And then maybe you're like, all right, well, it's not flopping as much I'd like it to. So then what you do is you just offset a bit more. So you just go one more and have a look. Yeah, that seems a bit better. And then you go back and get the forearm, have a look, be like, same thing we did before. So we're having a look. So I'm just pressing 2 to get rid of the controls, and then 3 comes back. If you go early on in the class, there's a script on how to do that. So everything's all in one area. And I'll do a video specifically on that. You'll see it. So what we'll do here, we know that, all right, this forearm needs to be back a bit more. So let's select everything, let's move everything down until we want it at the desired area. So let's say around here. But when we come here, we want it to be going up a bit more. So we'll just select that, let it go up. And now if we play it, there you go, you got that run going, and you got a nice little waving kind of effect. And then what you can do here is now, you might want to go a bit more extreme, and you might be like, all right, you know what, I want the rotation to be a bit more extreme. This is where you can start changing it around, You can be like, okay, this is the chest movement. So if I select everything here and press R, R is scale. So you press R, same as in here. See, it's scale. It works in the graph area. And you want to go to the middle area here. And you can scale. So if you scale like that, it kind of equally scales both sides, top and bottom. If you do it here, it'll do it like that. So you want to do it in the middle, depending on what you want to do. And what you can do, you can keep scaling until you think, okay, let me just try that. See how that is. See, you could do it like that. And then if you have a look, see, that feels like it's got a bit more energy to it, yeah? And then what you can do is you can delay. So then you can come in here again and you can be like, all right, I want the chest to delay a bit. So I'll move it. So I'll go to translate this time. Then I'll move it 1. And let's check that out now. See, you got that little delay happening, which is cool. And then what else you can do is you can delay it. We delayed it by 1, I believe. Yeah. If you delay it by 2, and then select the bottom control, that bottom torso, which we should cycle to. And let's delay that by 1, and then the top one by 2. So it's like off, off, off. and we'll check that out. So let's check that out. Yeah, because that will break it up and make it more organic. And then we can start adding the head. So if we turn it off, have a look at the head. We can have a look at the head here. And then go to our channel box here because we just want to rotate in the Y. So we can go through each key that we've set and just line it up basically. Line it up. Straight. Straight. So it's always looking at the target. So the character has a reason to what it's looking at. There. Middle click. Save it. Save your work. I'm just saving this. Right, so it's going forward, right? And then here you could have like a slide. Maybe when he lands, there's a slight jerk down and then up. And as he comes down, there's a slight jerk again and then up. Have him looking up. There, so there's a little bit of that. And then you can just go in here with the head. Oh, sorry. Let me just find the head again. Go in here with the head. So I'll just check the controls. Select the head. Make sure the head's selected. There. Cycle that. Make sure it's cycling. Again, you see these areas here. You might want to... I'm just pressing Control S for spline. Alt S, sorry. You just want to get those nice smooth tangents. And then you might want to, you know, move it, delay it, right? Like we did with the others. So the head, delay the head by 1 because it lands and then there. So it's a little bit... a little bit more hectic, but what you can do is you can be like, all right, the rotation, let's put this back to where it was and let's have a look. Yeah, so the side to side is still happening, which is fine, but it's not as much. You could tone that down though. You can go here. And then you can just go through each key. So like for example here, you could move it forward. The next key, move it forward. And then the next key is fine there, that's fine. And then this key, which there's no key, but we can put one there. And then this one we can put here and just smooth that end bit out. There. So it's kind of smooth there, right? It's getting there. See, you've got that happening. And then you can, if it's too much up and down, you can delete that key there. If it's too much up and down, again, scale. Bring everything down. There you go. And then we have that little bit more tone down there. There's a bit more character to that now with Kona, and there's a bit more rotation in the chest. I think that gives a sense of urgency. And then what you can do, you can rotate, come back here. And then maybe we might want to rotate it forward a bit more. You could just move it forward more if you wanted to, just leaning in a bit more urgency. Or, you know, however you want. And then, yeah. And then what else is left after that? Well, you've got these controls here, which you can play with. You can polish. So if we come here, we can have these like kind of hanging out like this, because it's going to intersect and have this coming out as well. And then this is just a matter of just going in. So if we select all of these, and then you can just delete all the keys in here and keep the end ones. But then literally you can just go, if you go in here, you could just do that way. And then it comes back that way. So you literally just got 3 keys, right? So you've got a key. Okay, you got intersection there. So then you may want to bring it out. And here too. And then it comes back. So you can literally just, you've got animation on that one axis there, yeah, which is blue mainly. So let's check out the blue axis here. So if we copy this, so we're on 0 and we go to edit, copy. I'll select all of these squares and I press key and I go to Z. Just select Control and Z. Delete the end key. So there's only, actually we can delete this as well here. So there's only one key. And here what you do is you just go to edit, paste. Okay, now if you look at that, it's moving, right? It's moving. Now what you can do here is, all you do is, because everything on the same keys, and we know is, if we select all of these controls here and go to cycle, like remember we talked about cycle? Now, forget the first control, that's the base one where we put our animation on, which we copied everything to. Get the second one, literally all you're doing is go to Z, select all the keys, move it 1. Then go to the next block, Z, move it 1, 2. Then we go to the next block, Z, 1, 2, 3. Next one, Z, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. That's it. That's all you're doing. Now, if you go here and check it out, you'll see it's like organic, right? It's moving like organically. And then you can just go back and just copy and paste. The same you can do with the band here. Yeah, so we could just keep it. So keep it simple here. Key. What I'll do here is I'll just key this here and key the end. And just rotate everything up like this. And then I'll get like the block of all these and just move it down. Move it down a bit more. And then as it comes down, move it down again like this. It's random, isn't it? So if we look now, there's a bit of movement there, see? And if you want to break that up more, just go in your graph editor, cycle everything, and be like, you know what? Let me grab these bottom ones. Let me grab these two and just move them 1, 2. Let me grab these and move them 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that will create a bit of an offset and it should look a bit more organic. There you go. See, there's a bit of fluency there. So yeah, guys, I'll just make this a bit bigger. So that's how you polish, bring it up a bit, your run, and then you can do the other animation as well on the other one there. But yeah, so that's the run for you, man. You can just play around with that now. Start exaggerating the hips more. You know, you got a base there you can work with. You can lean him forward more, have him looking more left, right. You know, using layers, what have you. Arms are offset. You know, just making it more fluent. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that lesson. Just polishing. And I'll see you in the next video.